Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds in the featherweights division. This bout is brought to you by Mark Nielsen of Nielsen Boxing in association with John Trethui of TM14 Promotions and their proud sponsors, Allegra and Gladius. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Your area representative, Nigel Thomas, and your timekeeper at the bell, Stephen Pucci, and your third person in the ring in charge of the action, referee Amy Poo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black with white trim. His official weight of 9 stones, 10 pounds, and 1 ounce. He has a record of 16 fights, 7 losses, 3 draws, 6 wins, and 1 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, introducing Ali B. Lubanja. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the camo and orange. His official weight of 9 stones, 6 pounds, and 8 ounces. He is currently undefeated with 4 wins. Hailing from Portsmouth, England's United Kingdom, introducing Tyler-Jae.
Boxers, listen to my instructions at all times. Watch your heads, no low blows. When I say break, step back. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves.
Seconds out, round 1.
Well, it's the first fight of the evening and the crowd is already filling up York Hall tonight. Tyler-Jae Wells has brought an immense amount of support with him this evening as he comes out in his southpaw stance, already establishing his jab.
Yep, Tyler-Jae just looking to take centre of the ring here, trying to control the space early. Good jab there from Lubanja.
Wells said he started boxing at the age of 7 years old. He said his younger brother started first, and as the older brother, he felt like he had to establish himself within the family. But a good strong start from the 21-year-old from Portsmouth.
Yep, just taking centre of the ring, just trying to figure his opponent out here. Lubanja has that height and reach advantage, so he's just got to feel his way into this one. Tyler-Jae Wells.
Just walked into a shot as he came forward, but landed 2 of his own.
Lubanja has only had the 1 stoppage out of those 6 victories that he's had, so maybe not the heaviest of punchers. You just think that Tyler-Jae Wells needs to close that space and maybe try and get on the inside to get past that long reach of Lubanja.
Well, you can see Lubanja just spinning off to his left as Tyler-Jae Wells comes forward, and, you know, like you said, he's going to have to start cutting that ring off. Amy Poo just keeping the 2 lads honest in there this evening. Tyler-Jae Wells says that his ultimate goal is to be a world champion, but wants to follow in the family footsteps, winning a British title like Billy Bombarder Wells. Nice jab there from Lubanja as Tyler-Jae Wells just comes forward.
That's better work there from Wells. Worked the right hand, doubled it up there. Was good work. Closed the space and got off with the shots. That's what he needs to do here.
Just coming to the last 30 seconds of the first round of 4 in this featherweight contest.
Just out of range there. Tyler-Jae Wells throwing his shots, needs to move his feet into range before letting those shots go. He's got a pretty tricky opponent in front of him in Ali B. Lubanja. Quite awkward, quite elusive, but a good round there from Tyler-Jae Wells, who maybe done enough to win that one. Landed a couple of good right hands midway through the round, which was quite impressive, but needs to sort of close that gap back better by moving his feet into range before letting his shots go, because, as I said, Freya, Ali B. Lubanja is quite awkward, quite elusive, quite unpredictable.
It's really slippery. If you talk us through the replay here, Spencer, you can see him moving off at his angles, can't you?
Yeah, he's working the angles well, as I say. Quite unpredictable, moves the head quite well, but that was the right hand that I was talking about. Sorry, the left hand there from Tyler. Worked that shot well.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 2.
Well, a decent first round from both fighters, but we do think Wells might have just nicked that first round. He's got his father in the corner with him tonight, Andy Wells, who runs the Artful Dodgers Boxing Academy in Portsmouth.
Yep, just done enough to win that first round. I think Wells just on the cleaner work of the two. Not many punches landed in that first round. Both guys just trying to work each other out, maybe being a little cautious, but in these 4 rounders, you can't afford to lose rounds, so it is pretty much a sprint. You have to get going straight away, and so Wells now needs to build on that early success of that first round, landing those left hands.
Nice clipping right rear hand through the middle onto Lubanja from Wells. But Lubanja seems to be enjoying himself. Had a bit of a smile on his face earlier on in the round.
He certainly did. He's not been under any pressure, has he? Like I say, lost his last 4, looking to get back to winning ways, but needs a little bit more variety in his shots. Needs to put his shots together a little bit more ambition is the word that I'm looking for, because he just seems happy to be in there at the moment. Nice couple of shots there from Lubanja.
He's still very relaxed in the face of the pressure that Wells is trying to put onto him, though.
Yeah, he's controlling the space quite nicely. I don't know what's happened here.
Something just taken off the face of Lubanja. I think it was a piece of fluff or something.
Yep, a bit strange. There you go, the left hand again. That should be the key shot here, I think, for Tyler-Jae Wells. He's found success with that. He needs to build on that. Once he lands that left hand through the middle, maybe whip that right hook over the top, because Lubanja is carrying that lead left hand low, so he's there for that shot.
Wells is doing really well to switch his attacks up. He's going to the body with that jab and coming over with that left hand from the southpaw stance. But just got caught with a jab from Lubanja.
Nice shot there from Lubanja, just slips back, landed the right hand over the top. Good work. He seems to be oozing confidence in there at the moment, Lubanja. You can't allow this guy to grow too much confidence, because he could be a problem. As I said, he's quite elusive, he's moving a lot, and he's got that reach advantage as well.
But it's become a lot more fluid as the rounds have gone on, Spencer.
He certainly has, and he's landing some good shots. And
we're just coming down into the last 10 seconds of round 2 of 4 in this featherweight contest. Spencer Oliver, your thoughts?
Yeah, interesting round there, because Ali B. Lubanja sort of grew into that round. He started getting very confident up on his toes. He was switching the angles very well, working the head and body well. Wasn't landing anything really significant, anything really clean, but nor did Tyler-Jae Wells either. So this could be all in the running here for a 2-round fight. This could be 1 round apiece.
I think this is a classic case of styles making fights. Tyler-Jae Wells wants to come forward and put it on him, but Lubanja's not having any of it.
Well, he's just being allowed to control the space in there at the moment, Lubanja. Someone like that, you need to close that space down, put him under pressure and take control. of the work rate, and unfortunately Tyler-Jae Wells didn't do that in the second round. There was no sense of urgency, and that was a problem for him because he allowed Lubanja to get into a rhythm.
Round 3 of 4 in this featherweight contest between Tyler-Jae Wells of Portsmouth and Ali B. Lubanja from Tanzania.
That was better there from Wells. Just got in range, landed that left hand through the middle. I'd like to see him build on that though. Just being a little bit more creative. Yep, that's good. Behind the jab and the left hand coming through. But let's sort of work some angles off that as well.
He spins off Lubanja, but kind of want to see him counter that punch and kind of get Tyler-Jae Wells on the second phase of the attack. Yeah,
he just seems to be happy. Like, he may have got that, you know, that journeyman sort of mentality where he's won 6, lost 7, drawn 3, you know. He's maybe just sort of just happy to be in there, but he's enjoying himself for sure there, as opposed to trying to win. But you just look at him and go, you know what, this kid's got a little bit of natural talent. He could actually do something. If he built on that and you worked off those angles that he's working and let his hands go, he could be quite a problem.
And I think he is proven to be a bit of a problem for Tyler-Jae Wells. This is certainly not a straightforward fight for him. And like you said, Spencer, he's not fighting like your typical journeyman. No, he isn't. And I think with Tyler-Jae Wells at the moment, he seems to be struggling to work the style out here of Lubanja. And he just needs to move off that line. That's better nice
there.
Backhand there from Tyler-Jae Wells onto the chin of Lubanja, but he took it well.
Yeah, better work. He just needs to get himself in range, move them feet in range, and then start working the shots and coming off the angles himself a bit here, because it's all a little bit predictable from Tyler-Jae Wells. But this is all about the apprenticeship. You know, he's only having his 5th fight here, and he'll be learning all the time, and you have to deal with these sort of styles before moving on to bigger and better things. So this is a good learning fight here for Wells. He'll be picking up a lot of stuff.
Just down.
Cheeky little bit of work there from Lubanja, if I'm honest. He was, yep, for a few cheeky shots there.
We're in the final minute of round 3 of 4 in this featherweight contest. Lubanja proven to be a bit of a problem for Tyler-Jae Wells and just peppers him with a few shots there. Again, nothing landing of any kind of conviction, but those peppering shots can be really, really off-putting and just not letting Tyler-Jae Wells settle into the rhythm that he wants to settle in. Nice little uppercut there on the back foot from Lubanja.
This is where Wells now, he needs to move his head, he needs to be creative. He's standing in front of his opponent at the moment, and he's just a sitting target. We need to see him creating the openings himself. You can see the frustration starting to creep in now with Tyler-Jae Wells as he's leaping in with that jab, and it's needing to relax, let the shots go. Phase 1, phase 2, and we're just not seeing that at the moment. Another close round there.
Well, if they were going to win off of... Sorry, Spencer. If they were going to win off of confidence, Lubanja would be winning it for me right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Lubanja's the one that's sort of throwing the shots and getting out of range and maybe doing enough to win the rounds. I think he might have nicked that one just clearly because Tyler-Jae Wells didn't actually land anything of any significance. You see in the slow motion here, that was the best work he done, was the double left hand. But I'd just like to see him, like I say, moving, just being a little bit more creative. He can't stand in front of his opponent. Lubanja was growing in confidence again as the rounds went on. You see him here with his hands down by his waist, throwing the shots, working the angles.
Bonus 10 seconds. Seconds out, 4th and final round.
The final round of this 4-round featherweight contest. Tyler-Jae Wells has come out firing off of his stool in this final round, but hasn't quite managed to pin Lubanja down yet.
No, he needs to do something in this round as well. He needs to sort of make a statement here, if I'm honest, Prayer, because this fight could be slipping away from him, you know. It's one of those fights, it's quite difficult to score, subjective scoring, but he's not done anything that really warrants winning rounds at the moment. He's struggling a little bit here, Tyler-Jae Wells.
And if we're looking at big punches or punches that are landing with a bit of bite in them, Lubanja hasn't either, but I think his work rate and just his fluidity is actually making him look like the more dominant opponent.
And that's exactly what it is. You see there, the heavier shots are coming from Wells, but there, you see there, he throws the laboured double jab there as he's coming in, and Lubanja is countering it. There, he's creating the space here, Lubanja. He's the guy that's controlling the space, and the guy that controls the space genuinely wins the fight, and that's what's happening here. But there's no urgency, no sense of urgency around Tyler-Jae Wells' work here, and he's struggling with that distance, and that's the big thing, because Lubanja is a guy that likes to fight at range.
I mean, Tyler-Jae Wells, he's been boxing since he was really young. He boxed a little while as an amateur, but as soon as he became the youth bronze medalist in the nationals, he turned professional. So quite young, he turned professional, actually.
Yep, only 21 years of age now is Tyler-Jae Wells.
Walked into a cracking jab, did Tyler-Jae Wells.
Yeah, good work again.
Lubanja just looked at the crowd while he was moving his feet there for a minute. Could have been Tyler-Jae Wells' opportunity to put it on him.
Yeah, I just think he's struggling with the creativity in there at the moment, Tyler-Jae Wells. You see there, the jab. He's trying to close the gap with his hands instead of his feet. That's the big problem here. He needs to move those feet in range before letting the shots go, because Lubanja is in his comfort zone right now. He's throwing the shots, and he's not really landing anything of any significance either. But as you said, Preya, he's the guy doing the work. So if you're looking at it, you go, well, no one's really scored any telling shots. So you have to go with a guy that's throwing the more work, trying to win the rounds, as opposed to the guy that's looking a little more frustrated in there.
Well, like we said earlier, Spencer, you know, Lubanja's got more fluid, shown more of a skill set as the rounds have gone on. He's really come into his own, and we're now in the last few seconds of the fourth round and final round.
Yeah.
Could be a disappointing night for Wells.
Yeah, I think it is, if I'm totally honest. Ali B. Lubanja, for me, winning that one 39 to 37.
I mean, if you have a look at the replay here,
yeah, this is some of the work.
Lubanja he's so slippery.
Yeah, you can see he's just moving around, slipping, sliding, doing the better work. Like he's out of range there. We see a good left hand from Tyler-Jae Wells, but there was little in it really, if I'm honest, and we're just about to get the decision now, but I fear that Tyler-Jae Wells may have just lost his first contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the referee's scorecard. Referee Amy Boo scores the bout 38 to 38. This bout is a draw.